Hello everyone, welcome back to me. My name is Erika, Christin, Manik. Hi. Here I want to tell you about the Australian Parliamentary debate. Do you know what is the Australian Parliamentary debate? No? Okay, here I want to tell you about the Australian Parliamentary debate. So don't skip this video because this video will increase your knowledge. Okay, check it out. The Australian Parliament debate is conducted by two teams with 3 members. Each team member is positioned as Speaker 1, Speaker 2, and Speaker 3. One of the two teams acts as supporter and the others as opponent. The debate is led by a moderator, assisted by a teamkeeper who sits next to him. The jury, which consists of at least 3 people and odd number of people, sit in front of the audience who are considered to be members of the assembly. The audience only watch and listen to the speaker's speech and give applause after the speaker ended his speech. Before the debate took place, everyone who participates in the debate was already in the debate room. At that place, the moderator will draw which team will sit in place of the support team and the opposing team. Then, the moderator shows 3 motions or topics that will be used in the debate composition, namely Motion 1, Motion 2, and Motion 3. Team will select motion in order of priority. The teams will select motion in order of priority. The motion that both teams get the top choice priority will be used as a debate motion. For example, the support teams vote in the order of motion 2, 3, 1, while the opposing teams vote in the order of motion 3, 1, 2. Then the motion to be debated would be like motion 3. However, if the support teams choose the order of motion 1, 3, 2, and team's opponent choose a sequence of motion 3, 1, 2, then the moderator must be decide between motion 1 and 3 by tossing a coin. After the motions is determined, the moderator gives both teams 30 minutes to boil a case or formulate a case. Usually, the support teams is in the courtroom and the rejections teams is outside the courtroom. When the two teams formulate a case, the opponent moderator or committee write on the blackboard the title of the motions being debated, the names of the speakers for each teams, their position, include who will deliver the counter speech. So that you understand better, I have the example for you. Please see and following the example.
Already, but what this is seeking to do is to require the Prime Minister to ask and then to agree to one, because this is what is required to prevent the Prime Minister, the current Prime Minister, from taking us out of the EU on the 31st of October without a deal. We didn't have to put those provisions in the earlier bill moved by my right honourable friend, the member for Pontefract, Normanton, Castleford, because the former Prime Minister readily accepted the decision of the House of Commons, but we are in different circumstances. Can I move on, Mr. Speaker, to what Clause 2 does? Because it covers what happens if an extension is proposed and agreed. Now, members have asked quite rightly, what is the extension for? The immediate answer is, of course, to avoid a no-deal Brexit on the 31st of October, but Clause 2 does provide a framework in which the government must publish a report.
all the truth and all the right and all the angels are on one side. And I think we would do well.
That my very first exclusive farmhouse up yet another long and scenic track. Brecon and Radnorshire is home to strong and resilient communities, some of which are Welsh-speaking. Sadly, many of our libraries, banks and post offices in these communities have closed in recent years. But despite this, there is a real joy for life in the old counties of Radnorshire and Brecknockshire, as well as healthy rivalry between them, that make sure the Mid-Wales spirit
It is beneath contempt, and I can only imagine the businesses, the people who work in businesses, and the management of businesses who will look in on horror, because they have repeatedly told me and many other members of this House their deep concerns about no deal, and we are protecting this country against no deal. I'm going to make some progress and then I will give way. Mr. Speaker, in the circumstances where there's no progress in the negotiations, we're hurtling towards no deal, and the Prime Minister is closing down this place, we have no alternative but to pursue this bill. We have to act with urgency and to pass binding legislation to rule out no deal by the time this House prorogue.
Welsh Government has been provided with a copy of the original document. Will he call on his colleagues to publish it?
Well, I will, but I'm not sure that me calling is enough in itself to get them published, but we'll see what else we can do. Mr. Speaker, I will press on because I do know there are other speakers. This is actually a very simple bill. It is deliberately constrained. It doesn't answer the question what else needs to happen, but it does, and it gives the Prime Minister the chance to get a deal and to get it through. It gives the Prime Minister the chance to have the courage to come to this dispatch box and say, my policy is to leave without a deal. Do I have a majority for it? Because if he did that, we wouldn't need to go down this route, but he won't to go down this.
Okay guys, I think that's all my explanation about the Australian parliamentary debate. I hope this video can be useful for you and you can understand well about my explanation.